Guys, if you like Dragon Ball Hakai, today is the best day for you to subscribe to our Patreon. We started publishing about 3 pages a day of the next chapter of Dragon Ball Hakai. In addition, you will also have access to several other stories created by our team, including Dragon Ball Shinken. By collaborating with our Patreon, you help us keep Dragon Ball Hakai alive and have a lot of benefits. Become a member of our community too. The link is in the video description and in the pinned comment. I'm waiting for you there.
Fly to the limits, look out below and you will see the clouds beneath, way up high where no one has been. Break out your spirit, you know it's waiting to begin, so ride upon the wind. These guys come out of nowhere one by one. Their sights are set upon the land we love. Bad vibes are the cue for me. Fight, fight, fight. I'll guard the planet like a shield for a night. So no, I won't stop fighting till it's over. Won't run away. And you can bet that Earth will keep on turning. I'm making sure it's safe. Join in the face of my fists are sturdy in their faith. They'll never shake. Ain't nobody stopping their burn. Show what we're made of. I'll change the future with my nerves to one that we deserve for the world.
Previously on Dragon Ball Shinken, after suffering a defeat by Vegito and seeing her brother, Vaude, being killed by him, Vados resorts to a new plan and obtains new allies. An evil version of Goku, who was nicknamed Evil Goku, an evil version of Gohan, called Gohan Black, and a mysterious warrior named Zyko, who looks like a Saiyan, but no one knows his origin. Evil Goku, Gohan Black, and Zyko respectively start a battle against Gogeta, Vegito, and Gohan, showing a power that surprises them all. What will be the outcome of these battles? Find out now. Episode 37, The Evil Saiyans, Part 2. Exuding scorching heat and an oppressive ki aura, Evil Goku, newly transformed into the form he calls Super Saiyan 5, holds a savage gaze upon Gogeta, a gaze that craves blood and violence. Gogeta does the opposite, surrounded by Shinken's aura of brilliant energy. He feints the Evil Saiyan in front of him with a neutral but attentive expression, as he knows that whoever is in front of him is a dangerous opponent. Even galaxies away from where Gogeta is, Vegito feels his power as well as his enemies. However, he also shows extraordinary power, combining the energies of Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, surprising Gohan Black, who finds it fascinating that a mortal is able to balance with such mastery these two divine energies of opposite character. However, Gohan Black is also not far behind in terms of power, displaying a very particular transformation never seen by Vegito. Both recognize each other's power, understanding that this battle was close to an end. Determined to quickly finish the battle against Zyko because he has little energy, Gohan releases the power of his final form with great intensity. Get ready, Zyko, because in a few seconds you will be completely destroyed, Gohan announces. After the announcement comes the attack. In the form of a blur of light, Gohan moves almost instantly towards Zyko, throwing a powerful punch in his mouth. Zyko's blood sprays out of his mouth due to the power of the blow, which also stuns him and throws him against the ground. But this is just the first of many attacks from Gohan, who mercilessly punches Zyko, pressing and burying his head more and more against the ground with his strong and successive blows. Zyko, when he manages to react after countless blows to his face, pushing Gohan with a key attack to give him time to get up, and then attacking Gohan with a flying punch aimed at his face. Gohan stops the punch and moves Zyko with one hand so that with the other he can hit his stomach accurately, causing Zyko to vomit bloody. After making Zyko shrink his head due to the pain in his abdomen, Gohan elbows him from top to bottom in the head. making his head bleed while throwing him against the ground. Vegito and Gohan Black meet in a clash of bodies that makes the barriers of reality shake. An exchange of blows begins soon after. Movements with surreal strength and speed are carried out by the two combatants, which aim to end the fight once and for all with some definitive attack. The first to be hit is Vegito, who receives a direct punch to the lungs, which, for a fraction of a second, stops all functioning of the organ. The counterattack is equally cruel, a well-aimed punch to Gohan Black's neck, which crushes his throat for a moment. Despite the hard blows received, their movements remain full, at an incredible rhythm that remains unshakable. Millions of attacks per second are launched, giving the feeling that time has stopped for these two, who seem oblivious to the laws of reality and time. Gohan Black invades Vegito's guard again, this time with a direct elbow to the face that makes the fused warrior retreat. Vegito's response is harsh and immediate, returning against his opponent in the form of a purple whirlwind, completing his turn with a sidekick to Gohan Black's head, making his brain shake and causing dizziness. Evil Goku and Gogeta collide their fists with overwhelming power, just in that act opening dimensional fissures around them. When touching Evil Goku's hand, Gogeta's hand burns. When he withdraws his hand, he ends up receiving a punch in the face, with his cheek also being slightly burned. Evil Goku praises Gogeta while boasting, "I must admit, I'm surprised you only suffered these minor burns from touching me. When I'm in Super Saiyan 5, my power burns so intensely that my temperature can equal 1,000 suns. There are a few living beings that can even stay alive close to me, much less touch me. Consider yourself privileged, Gogeta." Showing a defiant smile, Gogeta replies, "Your power is truly incredible, but as long as I cover my body with my energy, I can avoid these burns, since I have enough power to do so." However, despite Gogeta's mouth uttering these words, in his mind he shows concern. The heat that this guy emanates is no joke. He's capable of killing all the weakest living beings even at gigantic distances. I need to keep him in this part of the universe where there are no more living beings nearby, or take him to another dimension. Gogeta takes the initiative to attack, reaching Evil Goku in a moment so fast that it seems instantaneous, attacking him with a kick that Goku defends with one of his arms, and then with another kick that Goku defends with the other. Taking advantage of this physical contact, Gogeta prepares to teleport, but Evil Goku already permeates this, steps forward and teleports himself. The two are taken to a very different dimension, a dark dimension that is dominated by an evil energy that Gogeta has never seen the like of. What is this place? And what evil power is this? He asks Evil Goku. Goku explains, "This dimension is called the Dark World. In my original reality, there was one, so I concluded that it could exist in this reality too. You wanted a place to fight carefree, didn't you? This is the ideal place, since there's nothing but evil here." Gogeta says it was perfect for Evil Goku to take him to this place, so he can destroy Evil Goku in this horrible place. Launched from the sky to the ground, Zyko creates a gigantic line of destruction with his own body. He has many injuries and also feels the pain of each of the blows he received. Floating above him is Gohan, who can't hide some gasps. "I'm going to ask you just once. Do you surrender, or would you like to die?" The patroller question is direct, addressed with the look of someone who's willing to do whatever it takes. Zyko doesn't need much time to think about the answer. "I would rather die than surrender in battle." "Whatever," Gohan responds as he begins to prepare his Kamehameha. "Even if you don't deserve it, I will give you a painless death. Just stay still and wait peacefully, then you won't suffer." However, Zyko starts laughing. Gohan asks, "What's so funny? Haven't you noticed yet? Didn't you realize that in all this time, I didn't use a single transformation?" This question catches Gohan off guard. All this time, Gohan thought Zyko was already transformed. Zyko begins to concentrate his energy, making Gohan's body vibrate because of the intense tremors that he begins to cause throughout reality. The energy that begins to be exhaled is completely terrifying, to the point that Gohan feels his heart being crushed inside his chest and his body is covered in chills. The walls of reality begin to be broken throughout the great universe. Dimensional portals are opened and closed. Stars explode. Planets collapse. Space-time is distorted, and other cosmic anomalies. Vegito perceives this power that has just emerged with great concern, realizing that his son's opponent is someone terrifying. Even Gohan Black is surprised, as he didn't know Zyko's true power. However, Gohan Black changes his mind after thinking better. "How foolish of me to be surprised by this. After all, it is to be expected that mixing the genes of a Saiyan and an angel would bring this type of result," says the evil version of Gohan. "Mixing the genes of a Saiyan and an angel?" Vegito repeats these words along with with a widening of his eyes. What do you mean by that? In the so-called Dark World, Gogeta and Evil Goku feel Zyko's ki, which even reaches the distant parallel dimension. Gogeta is amazed by the energy he's feeling, recognizing that he has a power and contained evil even greater than Evil Goku Super Saiyan 5. What does that mean? What's your relationship with that guy? Gogeta asks Evil Goku, noticing a certain similarity between their powers. Goku doesn't stop smiling, showing immense pride. Go, my son, make your father proud. He screams while laughing maniacally. Gogeta pays attention to these words. Your son? With whom? The fusion asks, intrigued and concerned. Vados watches everything that happens thanks to her magic, with a wide smile on her face. Go, my son, make your mother proud. She speaks to herself, but directing her words to Zyko. Zyko now has a very different appearance. If before this person already conveyed a certain evil, he now seems to be the incarnation of demonic forces themselves. Contemplating the most absolute terror that Gohan cannot disguise, Zyko says, Behold, Super Saiyan 6. Gohan shudders as the evil terror emitted by Zyko's Super Saiyan 6 energy penetrates the deepest core of his being. Zyko feints at him with eyes full of malice, brimming with evil. After hearing from Gohan Black that Zyko is the result of mixing the genes of an angel and a Saiyan, Vegito asks what that means. Gohan Black says that Zyko is son of Vados and the Goku who is now fighting against Gogeta. In other words, he is the son of an angel and a Saiyan. This body I'm using belongs to a version of your son from another reality. This Gohan whose body I stole is the result of the union between Son Goku, a Saiyan, and a woman named Chi-Chi, an Earthling. Your son, who is also called Gohan, is the union between you, a Saiyan resulting from a fusion, and an Earthling who must also be Chi-Chi, right? Vegito confirms what he is saying. Gohan Black then continues saying, the Gohan that is your son is much more powerful than the Gohan that I am possessing was in the past, since your son has the genes of a Saiyan warrior resulting from a fusion. From what I heard, your son was even capable of defeating an angel. Vados realized the powerful result of the union of the genes of a Saiyan and an Earthling, and then she began to wonder what the result of the union between a Saiyan and an angel could be. Vegito begins to deduce what happened, and completes the story by suggesting that Vados went to another reality and got involved with Evil Goku. Gohan Black confirms this deduction, and reveals that Vados has been in many realities looking for the ideal partner. When Vados met him, she considered the possibility that he was the chosen one, since he has the body of a Saiyan and the soul of a god. However, when she met Evil Goku, she decided that he would be the father of her child, as she was fascinated by his evil power, which matched her evil nature. This way, they would have a son whose evil nature would surpass theirs. This is Zyko. Vegito says it hasn't been that many weeks since Vod's death, which was the last time he saw Vados. So how is Zyko already born as a grown man? Gohan Black explains that an angel has many magical devices, and things like anticipation, maturation are included. She made sure Zyko didn't need to go through the common maturation process, and then she and Evil Goku tried to teach him the basics of battles. Gohan Black says that Zyko is a true prodigy, as expected from the union of an angel and a Saiyan. Even though he only had a few weeks to live, he reached extraordinary levels of power thanks to training from Evil Goku and Vados, and also some Zenkai boosts. Gohan Black ends by confidently stating that Zyko has even surpassed him and Evil Goku. Vegito is very worried as he knows that his son Gohan will not have enough power to deal with Zyko. He screams for his son as he prepares to fly towards him, but Gohan Black steps in front of him with his arms open, in a gesture of someone stopping him. Gohan Black says that he is Vegito's opponent, and until this fight is over, he will not allow Vegito to do anything else. Vegito reflects on the situation, understanding that he won't be able to do anything for his son while Gohan Black is still standing. And even if he started a fight against Zyko, Gohan Black would kill his son. All I can do is eliminate this guy quickly to help Gohan, Vegito concludes in his thoughts. However, he knows that this will not be an easy task, as Gohan Black is really powerful. In the Dark World, the dense atmosphere permeated with evil energy surrounding Gogeta and Evil Goku as they prepare for continued combat. The dark setting provides a surreal and ominous environment, with distorted shadows dancing around. Gogeta also reflects on the monstrous power he just felt now, whose owner is Zyko. He also becomes thoughtful about the fact that Evil Goku referred to Zyko as his son, and asks who Goku had this son with. I don't want to answer questions, I want to fight. Evil Goku's response is firm. He fires an energy shot at Gogeta, who avoids it with a teleport that takes him in front of Evil Goku to try to punch the evil opponent, who responds responds by striking with his elbow. The moment Gogeta's hand and evil Goku's elbow collide, a wave of energy envelopes them and spreads throughout the surroundings, making the entire dimension shake. Gogeta says that if evil Goku doesn't want to answer, it's okay. He'll destroy Goku and then go and ask Zyko directly. Gohan watches in amazement as Zyko begins to move. Zyko begins a slow walk towards Gohan, with only the heat of the energy from his feet making the ground on the planet melt as he steps. With every step Zyko takes, a new part of the ground is melted, and the terror in Gohan's heart grows. At that moment, the planet combusts in such a way that even from space it is possible to see the smoke it exhales, as if it were a barbecue of planetary proportions. Zyko's evil power extends across billions of light years, causing all weaker life that exists on several planets within this range to be simply destroyed. Even Gohan can barely stand, his shaky legs weakening more and more as Zyko approaches. But Gohan overcomes his fear, extending his two hands towards the Super Saiyan 6 warrior and shooting a barrage of energy spheres at him, triggering countless explosions. Zyko, however, was not even close to being affected by these explosions, as his dense energy aura protected him. Vegito discharges a large amount of destructive power against Gohan Black, who retaliates with a Kamehameha of black energy that destroys itself along with Vegito's attack. Then Gohan Black attacks, throwing a Masenko at Vegito, who cancels his energy with an ultra-concentrated Hakai. Realizing that Zyko started to move towards Gohan, Vegito ends up getting distracted, and this ends up with a flying knee from Gohan Black right in the face. Vegito gets angry and launches a huge wave of destruction energy at him, but Gohan Black surprises him by summoning an energy scythe that he uses to open a tear in the fabric of space-time with a single movement, making Vegito's energy enter that fissure and disappear. After that, with the scythe in hand, he advances against Vegito, attempting fatal cuts. Vegito skillfully dodges attacks using his Ultra Instinct, leaving only trails of white energy as traces of his movements. In the Dark World, the battle reaches completely overwhelming levels. Gogeta and evil Goku trade devastating blows, each unleashing their maximum strength to overcome the other. The shadowy ground shakes with the intensity of the fight, and the air is permeated with an ominous energy. As they face each other, Gogeta notices that the dimension itself seems to resist his presence. Evil energy tries to envelop him, slowing his movements and making it difficult to concentrate. Evil Goku, smiling sadistically, says, "Let's see if you can fight so well here, Gogeta. This is my domain, and you're about to discover that the evil of this dimension is something you've never faced before." However, Gogeta's determination remains firm. Maintaining his confident posture, he responds, "If you think this place will stop me from defeating you, you are mistaken. I will end you and this evil energy once and for all." As the evil energy of that reality in the form of shadows begins to envelop him, Gogeta concentrates his Shinken power and releases it with a powerful scream in the form of an energy dome that dispels the shadows around him. Evil Goku is surprised when he sees this, as he didn't think it was possible for someone to nullify the negative energy of this dimension like that. Gogeta smiles proudly, telling him that Shinken is a power that deceives common understanding. Equipped with confidence, Gogeta advances with hunger for victory, covering evil Goku's body with a series of blows that the evil warrior has to work hard to deal with. No longer able to maintain the physical confrontation with Gogeta, evil Goku moves away with a teleportation, and then uses a technique called Dark Taioken, a technique where, instead of emitting an intense light, he emits total darkness. With everything around him turning into complete pitch black, Gogeta completely loses the chance to use his vision. Even so, with a powerful kick, he intercepts an attack from evil Goku, pressing the enemy's abdomen, stomach, and ribs with his foot, and making all those shadows disappear in an instant. Gogeta warns his opponent that all of his senses are extremely sharpened by Shinken, so limiting his vision is useless. After explaining this, Gogeta imprisons evil Goku's body with his telekinetic strength and brings the other Saiyan at high speed towards him, while enveloping his fist in Shinken energy. Realizing that a deadly attack would hit him if he didn't react, evil Goku manages to free himself from Gogeta's mental grip at the last moment, and dodges the Shinken warrior's punch, whose force is so strong that it tears the entire fabric of reality in the dimension apart, creating a trail of luminous energy that extends across the entire dimension. After this dodge, evil Goku fires a Kamehameha of black energy containing high destructive power. Gogeta repels this attack with a Kamehameha composed of the Shinken's light energy, carrying evil Goku's power back to him, along with his own. and forcing him to cancel the shot and dodge. The Super Saiyan 5 warrior then advances against the Shinken warrior, delivering many blows with titanic strength, which are responded to equally. The speed of the two warriors is so absurd that they reach billions of blows per second, each containing unparalleled power and mastery. Evil Goku is hit in the middle of the face with a powerful punch that emits a boom that can be heard from a stratospheric distance. He counterattacks with an equally strong blow, but which is technically slipped by Gogeta, who uses Evil Goku's own strength to make him pass straight through with his attack and spin uncontrollably for several kilometers before finally stopping. And when he stops, Evil Goku is hit by a flying kick from Gogeta, whose strength carries him through a gigantic distance, leaving a tear in the fabric of reality. Then Evil Goku returns furious while accumulating a massive amount of energy in his aura, and then reaches Gogeta with a flying punch, in which his aura manifests itself in the form of a large black dragon. The punch hits Gogeta square in the abdomen, but the impact force goes straight through him, opening several cracks in that reality due to the enormous force of that blow. Because of the pain, Gogeta involuntarily opens his mouth, and at the moment, Evil Goku touches Gogeta's mouth with his other hand and begins to inject his energy into his body to the point that makes Gogeta inflate as if he were a balloon. "Explode with my evil energy," Evil Goku screams, laughing hysterically, ecstatic with hatred and the desire to kill Gogeta. However, his intentions are frustrated when Gogeta discharges all that extra energy into his body through his eyes, swallowing Evil Goku with his own energy until his body finally empties and returns to normal size. "Phew, what a relief. I thought I was going to explode," Gogeta says after a burp. Evil Goku is deeply furious, saying that there is only one way to destroy Gogeta once and for all. Gogeta asks what this way is. Evil Goku raises his hands, and at that moment a globe of red energy begins to accumulate above them. Gogeta immediately realizes that this is a spirit bomb, but using evil energy instead of positive energy. Of course, someone with an evil version of every Goku technique would have a dark version of the spirit bomb as well. Gogeta emphasizes. The evil energy from the entire dimension involuntarily gathers in the spirit bomb made by Evil Goku, along with Goku's own energy. As the collection of energy is not voluntary, the technique is ready in a very short time. Get ready, Gogeta, because now you will receive all the evil power. Gohan continually fires his energy at Zyko, who continues advancing at a slow and calm walk, as if it were nothing. Gohan stops firing and pants as he returns to his base form due to energy exhaustion. "Curse you! I don't have time to be tired now," he swears. Getting closer and closer, Zyko reveals to Gohan that he was very eager to fight him, as his mother, Vados, was very curious about who would be stronger, her son or Vegito's son. He took this dispute as something personal, so he really wanted to face Gohan. "However, I must admit that I'm a little disappointed. I expected a greater challenge from you," he concludes. Gohan is provoked when he hears those last words, and putting in extra effort, he transforms again. Not so far away, Vegito and Gohan Black's battle continues, with the fused warrior dodging his opponent's incessant scythe attacks. Seeing an opportunity to counterattack, Vegito hits a kick that pushes Gohan Black away, but the scythe warrior, even far away, makes a movement with his weapon. A power cut manifests itself and advances towards Vegito, who narrowly avoids it, and then sees that the power cut culminated in the opening of an even bigger crack. Gohan Black decides to continue his attacks from a distance, simulating several cutting movements in the air that manifest themselves in the form of energy blades and head towards Vegito, who skillfully avoids the attacks, thanks to the dodging ability derived from Ultra Instinct. At the same time as the dodging movements, Vegito asks Gohan Black what his interest is in all of this. "I understand the motivations of the evil version of Goku who became romantically involved with Vados. I also understand Zyko's reasons, who is fulfilling her mother's wishes. But what about you? What could you gain from all this?" he asks the evil version of his son. Gohan Black says that his interest is to be the supreme god of all realities and dimensions. However, he recognizes that there are beings much more powerful than him. His desire is to stay close to these powerful beings to learn how to gain more power. "You seem like a proud guy to me. It's a little humiliating to play this role, don't you think?" Vegito argues in a provocative tone. "Sometimes it is necessary serve to rule. Even someone proud like me understands that," Gohan Black retorts. After that he says, "You know, Vegito, there's no point in trying to convince me to stop fighting, or to turn me against my companions. A Saiyan's specialty is battle, not rhetoric." "Then see the rhetoric of my fists!" Vegito shouts in response with his fist filled with energy of destruction. He manages to reach Gohan Black and throw an extremely powerful punch. Gohan Black interjects the punch with the handle of his scythe, but the handle of the scythe breaks, and the blow hits his chest with great force. Gohan Black is pushed by the direct blow into one of the several fissures he opened, clearly on purpose on Vegito's part. He manages to stop just before entering the fissure. However, Vegito already has a high amount of power concentrated in his hands, firing an energy torrent that hits Gohan Black with the intention of pushing him into the fissure. Even when hit squarely, Gohan Black manages with great difficulty to resist being pushed. Vegito insists on the attack, determined to make the enemy's resistance not last so long. Gohan concentrates all this left of his power to invoke his final transformation for the last time. He channels this power into one of his hands, preparing the strongest punch he can. Zyko keeps his approach slow and calm, without showing any type of hesitation. Seeing this as an act of mockery, Gohan finally shoots towards the other Saiyan, emitting a shout that conveys all his power and fury. The punch comes, although Zyko defends with a single finger. What? Gohan exclaims in shock. Before he walks away, Zyko grabs his hand. The force is so great that Gohan falls to his knees at the same time, with his transformation being undone and the screams of pain involuntarily leaving his mouth. What a disappointment, Zyko says. He holds Gohan's arm with one hand and brings the other to his shoulder, and then begins to force Gohan's arm in a separating movement. Gohan screams madly, feeling what is probably the most pain he's ever imagined he would feel. First, the skin on his arm begins to open, then the ligaments begin to stretch to the point of separation, and finally, the bone is torn away. In a brutal movement, Gohan's arm is separated from his body. Kneeling down, Vegito's son screams maniacally, and next to him, standing, is the son of Vados as he raises his arms as if it were a trophy. "See, my mother, your brother is being avenged," Zyko calls out. Vegito maintains his release of energy, trying to push Gohan Black into the fissure that he opened earlier with his scythe. Gohan Black is determined, managing to move further and further away from the fissure, despite the incredible force pushing him towards it. At that moment, Vegito hears his son's screams of despair and pain. Something very serious happened. Driven by worry, impatience, and anger, Vegito suddenly has a sudden increase in power, managing to more than double the strength of his energy discharge through a furious shout. Faced with a sudden increase in the power of Vegito's attack, Gohan Black can no longer resist, being quickly pushed into the fissure, and then inside that fissure, an explosion of cosmic scales occurs at the same time as the portal closes, indicating that that entire parallel dimension was destroyed. Free from Gohan Black, Vegito immediately teleports. Zyko holds Gohan's arm in his hand. He covers Gohan's arm with his energy in a way that destroys all the skin, muscles, and tendons on the severed arm, leaving only the bones remaining. With Gohan's bone-shaped arm in his hand, Zyko steps on him in a way that makes Gohan's face fall down on the ground. He presses the defeated Saiyan to the ground and begins a sequence of what appears to be whips, with Gohan's own arm being the whip. Struck by the bones of his arm, the flesh of Gohan's back is seriously punished, with his blood spraying the surroundings with each blow. Gohan screams and groans in agony, but he can't do anything as his strength is completely gone. Vegito arrives with his teleportation and promptly flies towards them to help his son. However, he did not expect the appearance of Vados, who stands between them, and extending her staff towards Vegito forms an energy dome that captures him. Vegito tries to teleport to escape, but he can't. Vados laughs and says that inside this magical prison, he cannot teleport. Vegito curses Vados. He concentrates his power and begins to exhale energy in a way that puts pressure on the prison walls in an attempt to destroy. Indeed, the prison is affected, with the energy walls beginning to crack. However, Vados does not intend to let this happen so easily, using her own energy to maintain the prison. They both try very hard, but Vados to maintain the prison and Vegito to destroy it. While this happens, Zyko continues to lash Gohan, brutally ripping open his back with the violence of his attacks. The pain is so much that Gohan almost no longer has the strength to scream, and tears start to run down his face. Seeing his son in this situation, Vegito becomes increasingly desperate, increasing the pressure on Vados' prison. Realizing that she won't be able to keep Vegito for long, Vados orders Zyko to finish off Gohan once and for all. Zyko is a little disappointed as he wanted more. He throws Gohan's arm aside like it was trash, and then grabs him by the head with both of his hands to start pressing Vegito's son's skull in a crushing motion. Evil Goku launches his powerful red spirit bomb towards Gogeta, containing his and that chaotic dimension's evil energy. Gogeta surprisingly does not retreat, but advances towards the large globe of red energy. He remembers the attack that evil Goku landed on him just now, which made his ki manifest in the form of a dragon. Gogeta does the same thing, girding himself with Shinken's brilliant energy, making it burn so intensely that the brilliance of his power is blinding. Amidst this powerful glow, the figure of a gleaming serpentine dragon emerges, not a simple manifestation of energy. Gogeta himself is the dragon. In dragon form, Gogeta hits the spirit bomb right in its center, and with his power concentrated on piercing, it opens a hole as it pierces the bomb without completely destroying it. So Gogeta passes through the spirit bomb and goes towards evil Goku, while the bomb goes towards the ground of that dimension. It cannot be! Evil Goku screams in despair and surprise when he sees that dragon of pure power coming towards him. With a single concentrated blow, Gogeta passes straight through evil Goku's body, leaving a gigantic hole in his body. The spirit bomb reaches the ground of the dimension, causing a gigantic explosion that in an instant begins to spread in a devastating way. Leaving evil Goku in agony and the explosion spread throughout that dimension, Gogeta teleports. Vegito desperately tries to destroy Vados' prison, who does her best to maintain it. Zyko presses on Gohan's head, slowly making his brain case give way in the form of small cracks in the skin that spill his blood as Gohan's eyes begin to roll back. Gogeta finally arrives, appearing with instant transmission next to Zyko, who notices the enemy's arrival and releases Gohan to escape a blow from Gogeta. At the same moment, Vados' prison finally explodes, letting out an abysmal amount of Vegito's power. Possessed by an indomitable hatred, Vegito advances against Vados with the intention of completely destroying her to get her out of his way. But Zyko moves slightly in front of his mother, holding back Vegito's blow, which releases enough impact force to completely tear that planet apart and extend for an enormous distance. After Zyko stops Vegito's attack, Vados comes forward to try to hit him with her staff, but Vegito prudently retreats. Gogeta goes to Vegito's side, holding Gohan in his arms. The young Saiyan even fainted because of the absurd pain he felt. Gogeta uses teleportation on him, sending Gohan to a safe place. With his eyes shining with the power of destruction fixed on Zyko, Vegito tells Gogeta that Vados' son is him. Gogeta doesn't object and says he will take care of Vados. However, they are surprised when Gohan Black and evil Goku reappear on Vados and Zyko's side with a teleport made by Goku. Both Gogeta and Vegito didn't expect this, as Vegito thought he would destroy Gohan Black along with that parallel dimension, and Gogeta also thought that evil Goku had died along with the Dark World. Evil Goku explains that at the last moment, despite the very serious injury he suffered, he managed to escape the explosion with an instant transmission. Gohan Black says that he is immortal, so he managed to recover even after that explosion. After that, Gohan Black was found by evil Goku, who brought them both back with a teleport. Evil Goku is seriously injured because of Gogeta's blow, but Vados heals him in an instant with her magic. Gogeta and Vegito are worried that they are being strengthened by Zenkai, but realize that this is not the case, as their power seems to remain the same. They then conclude that, like them, these two have already reached the limit of evolution that Zenkai could provide, probably because they abused this ability. They wonder what to do now, since even though they are more powerful than Gohan Black and evil Goku, these two are full again, while they are already a little worn out. Furthermore, now Zyko and Vados will fight them too. Vados says she doesn't intend to fight. She has a better plan. I saved you a little surprise in case it was necessary. The angel magically makes a Potara earring appear in Gohan Black's ear and another in evil Goku's. No! Gogeta and Vegeta exclaim almost in chorus. Before they can stop it, evil Goku and Gohan Black are joined by the Potara earrings, giving life to a new being. Vados asks the warrior who just appeared to introduce himself to them, so he does. I am the fusion of those who are called Gohan Black and evil Goku. My name for you will be Evil Gohan Black. Facing the two other fusion warriors who gape at him, evil Gohan Black displays a sovereign smile. A terrible twist happens. Now Gogeta and Vegito will not only have to deal with Zyko, who is very powerful, but also with the incredible and unexpected fusion of evil Goku and Gohan Black. What will be the extent of evil Gohan Black's powers? And what else are Zyko and Vados going to do? Find out in the next episodes of Dragon Ball Shinken.